Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold episode. On today's episode, we are back with some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links action, and today we are going to be covering a deck that we have technically already covered, but we're revisiting it because Fortune Ladies aren't necessarily back, but they're one of my favorite decks, and I wanted to see how it was that they were doing right now. So, let's check out the deck real quick and check out what we're playing and why we're playing it. Okay, so, first and foremost, play 3 Fortune Lady Calling. I don't have 3. I want 3. I might end up using my Dream Ticket on the 3rd, but as of right now, I only have the 2. Anyway, beside that, the rest of this deck is pretty standard, right? 2 Fortune Lady Lights. Yes, we run 2. I find it to be better than running like an extra trap or something like that. I just find it to be a lot better. Run the 2 Fortune Lady Lights, right? Then we have 2 Wind. Again, very similar to Light. It's just having another way to get rid of back row kind of thing, since we're not actually playing really any other form of back row disruption other than the Fortune Lady Wind and, you know, the Black Rose Dragon, but that's why we run 2. There you go. Then we have Fortune Lady Past, obviously running 3 of them, as well as 3 Fortune Lady Waters, right? Pretty standard thus far. Obviously, the maximum amount of callings and Fortune Vision, right? Now, one of the new cards that came out was Fortune's Future, right? Fortune's Future, you return a removed from play Fortune Lady, and you return it to the graveyard to draw 2 cards, right? Really good if you're able to get the combo off and to like a Fortune Lady Water, and then you draw that again, then you just do another draw 2, cycling through a lot more cards, allowing you to get your tech cards, which are your main source of protection, right? Which are your Sphere Karibos, your Floodgates, your Treacherous Trap Holes, stuff like that. Honestly, what I found is, 1, you do want to protect your monsters, so Sphere Karibo over something like Kiteroid, much preferred. Plus, you can play Sphere Karibo with your Treacherous Trap Hole. So, that's why I think that you should really play Sphere over Kiteroid. Treacherous Trap Hole is insanely good. Just target 2 monsters and destroy them. Really good, especially if they're like Shiranui and they're wanting to synchro summon, or, you know, anything that really wants to synchro summon. You just pop it, destroy it, right? Pretty easy. On top of that, it gets rid of anything that like summons multiple monsters in a turn in order to get their combos started, right? It just allows you to pop it really quick. Plus, with Treacherous Trap Hole, what you can do is you can pop your own Fortune Lady Every and one of their own cards, right, on their turn, right? Say they open up a Molehiu, right? They open up a Molehiu, 3 set cards, and you have your Treacherous Trap Hole and a Fortune Lady Every out on the field. Well, we don't want Molehiu to flip us down, so what we're going to do is we can, during their end phase, Treacherous Trap Hole, the Molehiu, and our own Fortune Lady Every. Our Fortune Lady Every will go to the grave, but it will come back in that very same end phase to summon itself back onto the field, preventing things like Floodgate or Kanadi, or, well, Floodgate from activating and flipping us face down on that summon, right? And preventing Molehiu also from flipping us down. So, that's really good. That's one thing that you can do if they just have the 1 monster on the field. If not, you can just pop them both, and there you go, right? So, now, if you don't know how this deck works, it's basically focused around 1 combo. And the combo is, you get a light or a past out onto the field with a Fortune Lady Calling in your hand. Now, you can search Fortune Lady Calling with Fortune Vision, or you could search any of the other cards. So if you have one of the combo cards and a Fortune Vision, you can search up the other combo card, right? So, any of those 2 cards, right? Any of them, those 2 cards will get this combo started. So it's a 2-card combo that's pretty easy to get, right? What you do is you summon Past or Light, you calling for the second one, then you target the past with your skill Time Passage. Time Passage boosts up a Fortune Lady monster by 3 levels, which also increases its attack and defense, but that's unimportant, right? Making the past a level 4. Level 4 past will activate its effect to send the light to, you want to target the past to change its level. Then you are going to send the light from the field to banish it and decrease the level of light, or of past. So now you got a level 3 past. Past will then, light will activate once banished to summon up your water. Water will draw 2 since you have past on the field. That is level 7. Level 7 plus a draw 2 will give you a Fortune Lady Every. Now you've probably got some other cards, right? You could have a Fortune's Vision or Fortune's Future to draw additional cards. You could have your traps or your Sphere Karibos or anything like that to help protect your cards. So now you can either go into a Fortune Lady Every if it's your turn. If you go first, go with a Fortune Lady Every. Fortune Lady Every is incredibly protective since it is 2800 base. However, if it does get negated, it becomes 0. So at base, it is 2800. Plus, if it's destroyed, you can banish a spellcaster type monster from your graveyard to special summon the card back onto the field. So, incredibly protective, and it brings itself back, right? Now, if it is the enemy's turn, or if it is your turn going second, right? If you go second, you can go for something like a Black Rose Dragon to wipe the field. You could go for a Samurai Destroyer as well to swing in for protection, basically, from back row, right? Or what you could do is, instead of decreasing your level, you could increase it by 1 and allow you to go into a Vermilion Dragon Mech, right? And now with Vermilion Dragon Mech on the field, you can pop a card on the field by banishing the light that was used, which allows you to also use your Fortune's Vision, if you didn't already have it, right? And then we also have the Red Dragon Archfiend in case you have to play like a water, right, into a Fortune Calling into your past. Then you can just boost up with Time Passage, and you say you don't have any other Fortune Ladies within the hand. Well, instead of decreasing the level or increasing the level or anything like that, what you can do is you can go into a Red Dragon Archfiend, which is pretty good, and it destroys every defense position monster, really good against Dark Lords. So, now with all of that said, let's hop into some replays and show you really how this works. Alright, so here we are up against a Seto Kaiba. All of these duels were done in the KC Cup. So here we go, we got our combo, starting off with Fortune Vision. Fortune Vision, search up the Fortune Lady Calling, activate, or summon the light. Light is going to call for past, activate, do the combo, send the light, I want to make this very clear. When you do the combo, you are going to target past, and then you are going to activate past, and then you are going to target past again. So 3 times you're going to target past, and then you will target your light, right? And if you have any other Fortune Ladies within your hand, or on the field, or in the graveyard, light will have a 1 next to it. So keep that in mind, right? There should be a 1 next to it, and that will allow you to banish to draw more cards, right? So, we do the combo, we get a level 7, we draw 2 cards, we grab into Fortune's Future, we now have 2 Sphere Karibos, a Treacherous Trap Hole, and a Fortune Lady Every on the field. That is insanely safe, right? He ends up banishing a card, one of our cards, which activates Fortune Vision's second effect, right? It actually has 3 effects, right? So, if a card you control is banished by card effect, except during the damage step, you can activate this card. This turn, monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. Boom. Very, very simple. And now we see that he's playing Black Wings, which means he's not going to be able to destroy our Fortune Lady Every. So that was a very foolish mistake from him. I don't think he realized that, but that's That's okay. This is kind of an off-meta deck at this point, so people not understanding that is fine. He's going to do his whole combo, so we're going to kind of fast-forward through this. You know, searching all of the things. We don't really have anything to do right now. We do have Devil's Sphere Karibo within our hand, so we can protect ourselves pretty effectively. Uroshi the Squall is going to flip us face up. He is going to destroy our back row card. He tried to destroy our Fortune Lady Every, but we prevented it because he did banish our Treacherous. So that's fine. He decreases our attack to 1400. Then he swings in, destroys our Fortune Lady Every, which is fine. We wanted that to happen, which is why we let it die rather than Sphere Kariboing. Then we use both of our Sphere Karibos to set his cards into defense position, banish the light, bring back Fortune Lady Every in the end phase. Now it is our turn. It's our turn to destroy him. We are going to summon up Wind. First and foremost, we're going to banish his Chidori. Then we are going to summon up Wind, pop the 2 cards on the field. Now, with Wind, you have to keep this in mind. You can destroy a number of spell and trap cards your opponent controls equal to the number of Face of Fortune Ladies, right? Now, this is a really weird text, because what it means is that you have to destroy, if you have 2 Fortune Ladies on the field, you have to destroy 2 spell or trap cards, right? Or if you have, you have to destroy up to 2, right? But there has to be 2 for you to destroy. If there's only 1, you can't destroy anything. So keep that in mind. That was something that I had to keep in mind as well. If you're going to summon Wind, make sure that you have the exact right number, or they have more spell or trap cards on the field than you have Fortune Ladies, right? That way, you can at least pop some cards. Hopefully that makes sense. So we're going to do the combo once again, Time Passage, except this time we don't need to banish anything, except we are going to, so that we can grab up a level 9 Vermilion Dragon Mech so that we can pop the Raikiri. He realizes what's going on. He's not going to be able to survive, so he surrenders, but we had lethal there, unless he had something like a Sphere Karibo or a Kiteroid, which, let's be honest, he doesn't. So, there you go. That's the combo. Let's hop into the next duel. Alright guys, welcome back. We are facing off against Sartorius Kumar, who is using Master of Destiny, so we know it is a Barrel Dragon deck, right? Granted, we grab the combo, right? So we're going to summon Past, activate Fortune Lady Calling to grab the light. This is why we have 2 lights. If you run just one and you happen to draw it, your combo is kind of dead, right? I mean, not entirely, because you could just summon the light, but it's much better if it's Past summoning light, at least in my opinion. So, Past, activate, send light, light activate, grab up water. We happen to grab up 2 Treacherous Trap Holes, which is actually pretty good for us. We're going to summon up our Fortune Lady Every into defense position. That's fine. He Night Beams, takes out our Treacherous Trap Hole. Our second Treacherous is useless. He's going to use 2 of his coin flips in order to destroy the second Treacherous Trap Hole. That was absolutely useless, and it doesn't matter. We're going to activate the effect of Fortune Lady Every. He is going to Ultimate Providence us and pop our Fortune Lady Every as it tries to banish a card on the field. Pops it, well, as it tries to increase its level. Pops the card. We're going to set light in case he destroys it somehow. That way, if it gets destroyed and removed from the field, we can activate the effect to summon something else. He actually coin flips and gets 2 heads for his Misjudged, negating our Sphere Karibo. Doesn't matter. We're going to banish water. We are going to summon back Fortune Lady Every into defense position. Fortune Lady Every, activate. Misjudge, activate. Nope, no negate. Banish the... Here's the thing. We banish the Dark Machine type monster, right? Because if that card in his hand is a Desperado Barrel Dragon, then we are in trouble because summoning that can pop our cards, right? Now, I make a huge mistake here. I summon the Wind. Wind cannot pop a single card on the field because we have 2 Fortune Ladies on the field now. So, we're just going to swing in for the 900. Deal an additional 900. He has 1,700 life left. He swings in, deals 500. We are now tied for life. He is going to flip up his Rebirth of Parshath, meaning he has another Rebirth of Parshath in his hand, sends it to the graveyard, takes 1,000 damage, then he is going to summon his Parshath, right, onto the field. Now, this is fine, because we had the combo once again. Fortune Lady Water into Fortune Lady Pass, summoning through Fortune Lady Calling. Banish a light to summon up another Fortune Lady every, right? He has no cards in his hand. He has a Blast Spider in attack position, only 700 life. We're going to swing in, deal lethal damage through the Blast Spider. Boom. Done. Fortune Ladies are incredible. Let's hop into the next duel. Alright guys, so this one we are facing off against a Zane Truesdale, which, and I mean, look at his card mat and his sleeve. Or his card sleeves and his mat, there we go. He's probably playing Cyber Dragons. So, we don't open up the combo this turn, but we do happen to draw a Fortune Lady Win. So we're going to Fortune Lady Win, pop a card on the field, Cybernetic Overflow again. He had 2 of them, so he's going to grab up his Cybernetic Fusion support and banish one of his Cyber Dragons, right? So we do happen to pop a card, but he pops our card and gets a card banished. So we're going to set a Treacherous Trap Hole and a Floodgate. He's going to activate Cyber Style after paying 2,000 life points for the Cybernetic Fusion support. We're going to pop his cards on the field. Not really great, but it does happen. He is going to send them from the graveyard to banish them for Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon. As Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon activates its effect when summoned to pop cards on the field equal to the number of fusion materials used, we activate our Floodgate Trap Hole. Floodgate Trap Hole flips it face down permanently. Well, not permanently, but it can't change his battle position. And he no longer gets to attack. He doesn't activate his other effect either, right? We don't know what that face down is, but we're going to go for the combo. We activate, grab up our Fortune Lady Fortune Lady Past. Now, I target the Fortune Lady Water because I wanted to, at the very least, still be above the threshold in case he did negate Past's effect. So I targeted Water so that if we needed to, we could swing into the Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon. He didn't. We Synchro Summon into our Fortune Lady Every. Now, why did I choose Fortune Lady Every over something like the Samurai Destroyer? Well, if he's running Twin Dragon, Samurai Destroyer gets destroyed, doesn't really do anything, and we still lose, right? But if we go into Every, he's gonna Floodgate us, so it doesn't matter. But if we went into Every, if he does summon up the Twin Dragon, then we're fine. We actually beat over that pretty easily. We do happen to draw into a Fortune's Future, which allows us to return the Wind back to the grave to draw 2 cards. We draw into the combo once again, summoning up ourselves the Vermilion Dragon Mech this time because we can banish a card, pop his card, and then swing in for lethal with the 2,700 since he only had 2,000 life left after using the Cybernetic Fusion support. So, Fortune Ladies honestly have a lot of options. The biggest problem right now that I would say is that they're still a little too slow. You have to do a lot of different things in the combo, and they do kind of rely heavily on traps and back row, right? So there you did see it work out pretty well for us. But let's hop into the deck and I'll explain a little bit more about what I said. So, what do I mean by they rely kind of heavily on back row? Well, as you saw with most of those, we tended to win when I had good back row. Granted, if you are able to get the combo off, you're fine. But if you don't have the combo, if you aren't able to draw 2 by special summoning Water, if you're not able to draw 2 with Fortune's Future, if you're not able to get your back row or your Sphere Karibos or something like that, then you don't really have a good defense, and your offense isn't really that strong either because Fortune Lady Every, while is very good and can bring itself back from the grave and can banish face-up cards, if it goes into back row, if it's swinging into something like a Wall of Disruption, or, Dark Lords can just negate its effect. Samurai Destroyer negates its effect, right? There are a lot of these cards that just prevent it from actually doing anything. It becomes very difficult to deal with, right? Overall, Fortune Ladies are still good. You could still get to King of Games with them. I would suggest probably running more Floodgates, more Canadias, right? If instead of Treacherous, honestly, you could take the Treacherous out, play more Floodgates, honestly. Because the biggest problem that I see plaguing Fortune Ladies and keeping them from being a top tier deck is, you know, dealing with a lot of these other card destructions that come from monster effects, right? It's a very good go first deck, but a not so good go second deck. If it has to go second, it's okay, because you do have things like Fortune Lady Wind, or, you know, you do have like a Black Rose Dragon with a Fortune's Future or Fortune's Vision that can be pretty good. You also have things like Red Dragon Archfiend that are pretty good going second. But overall, with the amount of other Floodgates and stuff like that in the meta, it's kind of hard to deal with. So, overall, I would say I did have fun with this deck. I do thoroughly enjoy it. I mean, I will probably visit this again, very similar to like Dark Lords and Ritual Beasts and stuff like that. But overall, is it worth it right now? No, right? It's an old meta deck at this point. It's still really fun, still very popular. I would highly suggest playing it if you enjoy playing pseudo off-meta decks. But overall, it's very fun. If you know the combo, if you go first, it's very good. So there you go. That's what I have to say. Hopefully you guys did indeed enjoy, and hopefully you guys can make this deck work a little bit better than I can. But I hope that you guys did indeed enjoy. If you did, a like is very much so appreciated. And if you want to see more content like this, as well as more awesome Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks, just be sure to subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye.